Okay guys, so here we go. We're going to dive right into these planes here. And I do have a little bit of a concern, and I don't know yet how I'm going to proceed forward, but I will figure it out and we'll get through this together. I got a bottle cap here from my favorite adult beverage, and I put that there just so you can get a scale, an idea of the scale of this plane. Not terribly small. It's definitely workable. And let me see if we can get you into the plane here and get a better view. It's molded entirely in clear plastic, all the parts. This sprue contains all the parts for the plane, so we don't need to dig through 3 or 4 different sprues to piece this thing together. The kit does come with 2 planes. I got the other one right here. It's still in the plastic, but it is identical to the one that we are looking at right now. And the instructions here, this is the kit supplied instructions, show, you know, the construction of the plane. Very, very simple. The cockpit goes on to this area here. The propeller and, you know, so forth. It's very, very basic. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 pieces to complete this plane. Now, I do have the Edwards photo etch for this plane, and that's kind of where I'm running into my dilemma, and let me tell you what's going on. On the photo etch instructions, which is here, it's everything showing in red on Edwards they want you to remove. Okay, so this area here on the cockpit, they want you to cut this out, and then you have your, you know, your seat and your dash and everything else that goes inside this plane. Now, I believe that will all fit inside even if you don't remove these pieces, but let me show you this piece here. This is the piece that we're going to be cutting. Let me see if I can get it back in here light better. Yeah, can you make out those lines? There is lines right here for the cockpit and the windows, but anyways, they want you to remove this piece here and then this piece back here, which would give you access to look inside, and you would be able to see these photo etch pieces that we're going to be putting in. And there's a lot of detail, so you would really want to, you know, if you're going to bother folding all these tiny pieces together, you may as well make it visible, right? The only thing that I have a problem is I'm not too sure how easily this is going to get cut out. It is very thick plastic. Can you see that? It is very, very thick. And it's thick like that all the way across. So it's going to require quite a bit of cutting to get this out of here. And I'm just afraid that if I go to cut that out, that I'm not, you know, proficient enough that I think I can get it exact. You know what I'm saying? And if I mess this up, this plane is done and I'm without a plane. So, but the other problem is if I don't cut this out, I can still apply the photo etch into this. However, it's going to be hard to see through here. The plastic is clear, but let me see if I can find something that we can put in there so we can get an idea of how. Hang on a second, guys. Let's see if I can find something here you can rip. Okay, here we go. I got some decals here from a other kit. So let me hang on, guys. Hang on, just cutting a piece out here for this real quick. I should have done this, I guess, prior to filming this, but I'm kind of making it up as I go. So, all right. So here's a little piece of something colored so we can get an idea. Now, if we put this inside the canopy, or the canopy here, I don't know if you can make that out. I got the worst camera in the world. I mean, it is somewhat visible. You can see that, but it would look so much nicer if that was cut out. So I'm really not sure how I'm going to proceed with this yet, guys. I'm really afraid to start cutting into that and forever ruining it, and then, you know, having to go and find another plane online or something to remake that. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do on that yet. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at. And there's actually quite a bit of photo etch that's going to be involved to these two planes. Like I said, we got the cockpit area here that's all photo etched. We have some braces here that holds the floats on the wings. Those are going to be photo etch. But the kit provided ones really don't look too bad. That's them here. And I think once those are painted, I don't see that there's going to be much difference between that and the photo etch pieces. So I might go ahead and use the kit provided on that just to kind of simplify things. Because they're going to be, if I use the photo etch ones, they're going to have to hold, you know, these floats, and the photo etch is so delicate that I can see that easily getting bent just by handling it. So I think I might just go ahead and use the supports here that the kit provides for that. It looks as though we have photo etch gun that goes into the back of this plane. Now there we go. In order to use this gun, we're going to have to cut this back piece out. And I would really like to have that gun in there. So, wow, okay. Maybe what I will do is cut one of these back pieces out first just to see how well it comes out. I think that could be easily fixed in the event that I mess that up rather than the canopy itself. Yeah, so maybe I'll go ahead and cut this piece out first and see how easily that cuts and, you know, files smooth. And then if all goes well there, I'll go ahead on into the canopy and maybe cut that out too. And then it's got some photo etch ladders that are going to be, you know, placed in there after it's all built and painted. So yeah, it's going to look really, really nice when it's done. But I didn't realize it until I started looking at these instructions that it's wanting us to cut a couple of these pieces out. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead. I'm going to shut this down for now. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. I'm going to get all these pieces folded up, and I'm going to go ahead and cut one of these back pieces out, and then let me show you what I got, and let's see if how we're going to proceed from there. And I will be right back, guys. All right, fellas, we're back. I'd say it was successful. Let me show you what I got here. I did cut out the front and back canopies. Let me see if I can get this in the camera so you can see this. And it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Let me show you what I used in the event that you're building this and are at this part here. I went ahead and I used my Dremel tool, my dirty Dremel tool, with this cutting blade on it, and really, really slowly and carefully did I go down. I cut down on each side like that, then I put a little bit of a cut on the sides, and then I just used an X-Acto knife to kind of poke it out of there. And then I used these files to kind of get in here and square up the edges. And yeah, I think it came out okay. At least now we have this opened up to where we're going to be able to see our photo etch that we're going to be putting inside. Like I said, had I just left the canopy solid, I don't think we would have really got the full appreciation of the photo etch inside. So yeah, I took a chance and it worked out. So luck was on my side. So there we have it. There's the other one here. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and finish completing these planes. I'm going to go ahead and put all the parts on, and then I'll show you that, and then we'll get into some photo etch on this thing. I'll be right back. All right, guys, just a quick note. I just was going over the photo etch instructions, and it has us removing a small amount of plastic on the bottom of the plane, and I'm assuming that's to make room for these photo etch pieces that we're going to be putting inside. It says a 0.5 millimeter in this red here, if you make that out, to be removed in this area here. So I did one already off camera. And I don't expect to be able to show that. I'm pretty sure there's no way for that to. But anyways, I did do that. I'll do this one really quick to show you what I had done. I had just put a small cutting bit into my Dremel tool. And then I'm just going to carve out just a little bit in here. I don't know if that's 0.5 millimeters worth of material that's out of there, but I did take some out, and we'll go to fit the photo etch in. If it's not enough, I'll remove some more. Yeah, so there we have it. All right, just wanted to throw that in there really quick. I'm trying to be as exact as I can on the construction of this. So all right, so that's what we just did. We just removed this little bit of lining here. Like I said, I don't know if I took exactly what it says. I don't have no way to measure that. But I did take some material out of here. And when we go to drop our photo etch in, if it still doesn't seat properly, we can take out a little bit more. So I didn't want to take out too much to start with. Easier to take it out than it is going to be to put it back. So, all right, so now let's go. Before I put this plane together, I guess I need to start working on some of this photo etch and getting it installed. I got a feeling that it's going to need to be installed before everything goes together. So let's go ahead and get some photo etch folded, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, jumped ahead and went ahead and finished this plane up, and let me show you what we got here. I went ahead and got the decals on, and everything's painted, and this is our finished result here. Didn't come out too bad. Whoops. I did end up using the kit provided. Where's my pointer? Well, shoot. I did end up using the braces here for the floats the kit provided. Again, for the simple reason that the photo etched ones would be too delicate, and I could just see those things bending and breaking just from looking at them. And the kit provided really isn't that bad. I need to get on camera here. So there we have it. And like I said, it didn't come out too bad. Would I cut these areas out again? I would say no. I would leave them intact, and I'll tell you why. The photo etch, and I know you can't see it on camera here, and it is installed inside here. You can kind of see the gun in the back, but the photo etch really didn't add much detail to make it worthy of all that work of cutting this out and risking, you know, damaging the plane itself. I would, you know, I would still probably put the photo etch aside, but I don't think I would cut away the canopies like I did. But it is what it is, and I did both planes the exact same way. So yeah, there we have it. I'm going to weather this up a little bit before I put it onto the ship, which should make it look a little bit better. I might add some panel liner. There are some nice lines. Again, I know you can't see it in this camera, but there are some nice lines to this plane, and so I might add a couple drops of panel liner to kind of bring those out a little bit. But yeah, there we have it. That's the end result, guys. Yeah, like I said, the photo etch that's inside of there is not worthy of cutting out the you know, the plastic to show that. I think it, you know, just by putting the photo etch in, dropping it in and leaving that there, it is transparent enough where you can see something's going on in there. And I think that's really all that you need, because with it open, there's really not much to look at. You know, the photo etch is in there, but it's basically just the seat up here, and you know, the gun is back here, but there's not much detail to it. So I don't, like I said, I don't think it was really worth all the trouble of cutting that to expose something that's really not all that detailed. So there we have it, guys. That completes the plane. I'm going to move on to the anchor and chains next for the Arizona. And then we got the railing to do on the Arizona. I'm going to do that. And then we got the other tower to do. And I think that's going to complete this build. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.